everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Akayla. I'm 16 years old and today you're watching my TBR for the month of January. Greetings. Don't mind me in my robe because I have a lot of things to do today. The reason why I'm putting up this TBR is because the books that I'm reading are books that are not really within my comfort zone. So if you don't know what my comfort zone is when it comes to reading, it's romance. I only read romance. I'm very specific with it. I don't like slow burns. I don't like enemies to lovers. And so there is one romance book in here, or two, but they're not my type of romance books. I don't really go for fantasy. I don't really go for historical fiction. I don't really go for just straight up young adult. So I'm reading 4 books. There's a 5 technically. One of them is a manga, but I might read it when I'm finished the book I'm reading right now. I will make a video telling everyone my thoughts on these books, and honestly, I just want to read new ones because I feel like that'll be a great way to start the new year. So the manga that I'm going to be reading, most likely after the book that I'm reading right now, because I'm trying to finish it today, is Death Note Book 3, the Black Edition. It's book 3. It has L on it. This was in my Christmas, what I got for Christmas video. This is off where Light has this really big plan with Misa and solitary confinement. Because I don't want to start these books until January. I really don't. So I'm just gonna keep reading Death Note until we get to January. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So this is the cover. Not a lot of words on the pages. Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in a treacherous high court fairy. See, I don't read fantasy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Cardin, the youngest and richest son of the High King. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. Men at Barnes & Noble convinced me to get it, so I got it and we're gonna read it. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I got this at Book of the Month when they had their $5, when every book was like $5. This is my friend's favorite author, Allergic and Read. She's read like almost every single one of her books. So this is a good book for me to start with. Aging and reclusive Hollywood movie icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant for the job, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Why her? Why now? Monique is not exactly on top of the world. Her husband has left her and her professional life is going nowhere. Regardless of why Evelyn has selected her to write her biography, Monique is determined to use the opportunity to jumpstart her career. Summoned to Evelyn's luxurious Manhattan apartment, Monique listens to the releases and fantasizing as Evelyn tells her story. From making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to her decision to leave the show business in the 80s, and then of course the 7 husbands along the way, Evelyn unspoils the tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and great forbidden love. Monique begins to feel a real connection to the legendary star, but as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own tragic and irreversible ways. Written with Raid's signature talent for creating complex, likable characters, this is a memorizing journey through the splendor of old Hollywood and harsh realities of the present day as 2 women struggle with what it means and what it costs to face the truth. So this is young adult, this is historical fiction, this is a little bit of LGBTQ. However, there is romance in it. I'm excited for this one. I might read this one first. I'm actually really excited for this one. I haven't seen anything bad about it. No one has ever said anything bad about it. Apparently it's quick pace. There is a lot of words on the pages, but a lot of the pages are just like news articles, so I'm not too nervous about it. Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This one doesn't have many words on the page either. I don't know how to say these words. I don't know how to say her name, so I'm gonna say, I think it's Shiori Anma is the only princess of Kitara, has a secret. Forbidden magic runs through her veins. On the morning of her betrothal ceremony, Sherry loses control of it. Forestalling the wedding she has never wanted, but also catching the attention of Rekama, her stepmother. A sorceress of her own right, Rekama banishes the young princess, turning her brothers into cranes and warning Sherry that she must speak of to no one. For every word that escapes her lips, one of her brother dies. Penniless, voiceless, and alone, Sherry searches for her brothers and uncovers the dark conspiracy to seize the throne. Only Sherry can set the kingdom to rights, but to do so, she must place her trust in a paper bird, a miracle dragon, and the very boy she fought so hard not to marry. She must embrace the magic she's been taught all her life to contain, no matter what the cost. So this is kind of fantasy, but it's not as fantasy as the culprits. Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I think it's by Adeline Grace. Pretty much, I think this girl falls in love with death himself. Not a lot of words on a page. Says, Signa opened her eyes and death was there before her, watching, waiting. His presence was intoxicating and familiar, and it took Signa by surprise as it always did. Withering shadows cast into the vague shape of a human, so dark and void of the light that it was painful to look at him. Yet looking at him was all Signa could do, all she could ever do. She was drawn to him like a moth on a flame, and so it seemed he was. How pretty this book is, because this is gorgeous. I will not be reading it with this because this is so freaking beautiful. It says that 5 belladonna berries are all it takes to kill someone. What? Guys, come on now, you see them, right? Like, be so for real. This book is gorgeous. For as long as Signa Farah has been alive, the people in her life have fallen like stars. Orphaned as a baby, 19-year-old Signa has been raised by a string of guardians, each more interested in her wealth than her well-being, and each has met an untimely end. Her remaining relatives are elusive Haythorns, an eccentric family living in Thorn Grove, an estate both glittering and gloomy. It's mourns his late wife through parties, while his son grapples for control of the family, waning reputation, and his daughter suffers through mysterious illness. But when her mother's restless spirit appears claiming that she was poisoned, Signa realizes that the family she depends on could only be a grave danger and the list to help Shirley's stable boy hunt down the killer. However, Signa's best chance of uncovering the murder is an alliance with Death himself, fascinating, dangerous shadow who has never been far from her side. Though he's made her life a living hell, Death shows Signa that their growing connection can maybe more powerful and more irresistible than she ever dared imagine. Belladonna is a romance, also a fantasy. I want to say it's also adult. I don't want to say I'm adult. So these are the books that I'm going to be reading for the month of January. I'm very excited to read them. Nervous for some, but not for others. So I hope that, they'll all get good ratings, decent ratings. And I'm happy with every single one of these. I hope you guys enjoyed this video so much. Please hit that subscribe button down below to become part of the family. We'd love to have you. Hit that like button down below if you want to see more videos like this. Like I said before, there will be a review on all of these books, so I can give my honest review on them and how I feel about their genres. And comment down below video suggestions. So yeah, love you guys. Bye.